Hello and welcome. I am here coming on to do a little tester for my sound here ahead of an interview tonight and just kind of check in and say hi to everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. We are currently seeing a vol crush after the events of yesterday. I will leave it to others to figure out what happened yesterday. Hey, what's up, Dazbov? How's it going, buddy? Does it sound okay? We got the vol crush yesterday. We were in 3 points in the VIX, and then the VIX actually went positive on the day after some crazy news. What's up, Tom? How's it going? I'm testing my sound. I might have solved the sound problem possibly, and I'm doing an interview tonight, so I wanted to come on and just kind of test things out. I guess I could have done it in a live type way, but we'll do it this way anyways. What's up, Warren the Idiot Masses? So big rally today, and we are seeing VIX crushes, of course. Oh, good. You know what? I'm an idiot. I figured out that what was happening was that the sound was coming off of, for some reason, it had taken my microphone down and was actually just using the sound from the webcam. So I guess they would call that as like scratch sound. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I actually went ahead and bailed out of my position already today. Yeah, we don't need commentary on the current events. I'll leave that to others. But yeah, I did bail out of my puts today, and that's not because I don't believe in the position, but rather just because I wanted to lock it in and maybe look for another entry point in a second. So just to refresh your memory, now this was not overall a winning trade for me. A while back, I bought these September 10 puts for an average price of 124, and after a long road that was like 2 months, I ended up selling them for $1.21. So I lost 3 cents plus commissions on them. However, they were down to like 90 cents at one point. So, but yeah, not a great overall trading situation. And I do believe we're on pace for the stuff to go lower, but I did just want to kind of close out the position and hold on to the money that was in the account for a moment and kind of reevaluate. I was thinking about doing one of those sort of bullseye positions, and I kind of have that on right now. What I did was I put on I'm long the 22 Jan, calls. I'm long the 17s, and I'm short some of the 15 Jan, the same strike, the 17s. So just collecting a little decay, pretty much no position. And my plan is just to kind of hang out and see if we get a little pop, and when and if we do, to actually buy those Sep 10 puts in lower. Or I was also looking at this even farther out, the Jan 9 puts. That gives me an extra couple months, and it's only like 20 cents more for an extra couple months. So I was looking at that. In the meantime, amazing moves in Mara today. I don't know if you guys have been following this stuff. These are all blockchain related issues that have to do with the fact that Bitcoin has exploded. Now, as you may be well aware, I'm not a huge fan of Bitcoin. And so the play on these for me would be to fade them at some point, these stocks that kind of exploded. Riot, the plan would be to not sell naked options because you never know where these things are going to go, but to buy put spreads at some point and play for like a move back to reality in this one, Riot, and also in Mara, which has a similar move. Mara, they haven't added these upper strikes very much. There's not too many strikes to play with here to the upside, just because it did make this move just in the last session. Riot has a few more strikes to work with up there. I'm sure they'll be adding more strikes soon. But the idea is to, if we do get another big like rip to the upside, to actually buy put spreads or sell call spreads into it I like to look a lot on, I like to go to barchart.com, and I know you've heard me say this before, but I like to go to barchart.com and do some searches. It's a free spot where you can do some searches. So I'll go in here and I'll go into options. Then I will look at either highest implied volatility or changes in volatility. Now, when you look at highest in volatility, you got to look at the prices here, right? If it's an issue that's under like $2, then I have no interest in it. And if I actually paid for this, I'd be able to sort through these and sort for ones that are higher price. But I just go through and I find stocks that are higher than that very low price, and then I look and I just kind of check them out, see what's going on. So that's how I found Riot today and Mara. And you can also search for ETFs in here. There are some candidates that are the highest vol ETFs consistently. It's usually leveraged issues. It's just another way of kind of dissecting what's going on in the market. And we can see UVXY here. I'm not a huge fan of UVXY at these levels just because it's gotten so low. But there you have it. Highest vol ETFs. Turns out to be the ones that we are trading besides the SQQQ here. And then you can also look under unusual activity, change in volume. Option volume leaders is a good one. Most active options. Change in open interest, change in volatility. All these can help you identify stocks that are moving around. And, you know, it's not necessarily that the stocks that have the highest volatility are something that you necessarily want to jump into, because, of course, this volatility can be justified often. Now, the other thing is that when you see something that says volatility off the charts, you want to make sure it's not some option that's like 10-cent bid at 50 cents. It has to be something that's got some meat on the bones. Let's take a look at this, for example, IPOF. IPOF and IPOE, I don't even know what these are, but let's take a look at it quickly. IPOF, whipping around here, and it was showing 1,000 volatility. So this is obviously going to be wrong, right? So let's see. Bid. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is change. I'm looking at change. This is change in volatility. So 66 vol, but change really has moved up a lot in price. And a lot of times this stuff can be a little bit misleading because it can be like some option that got marked wrong yesterday, or a low-priced option that. So you're going to get a bunch of junk in here, but you know, you're going to find a couple that are interesting though from time to time. Change in open interest, interesting. This is kind of like the stuff that you see when you see like John Nigerian and his brother coming on and saying, oh, well, you know, somebody came in and bought 5 zillion calls in this stock, and let's look into this. And I like that idea of piggybacking on smart people money, because usually, you know, insiders, when they're going to buy 20,000 calls or something, usually they're wired. They know more than the average guy, and there's often something to it. Now, you never know with an options trade, of course, if they're doing it to hedge, if they're closing, all these. It could be a number of things, but this still is very useful information. You know, I was taught by my mentor that if you have access to all the options trades in a single stock or issue, those are like tea leaves that you can actually read to tell you what's going to happen in the future. And it can work like tea leaves at times where like it's just witchcraft, but at other times it really is going to lead you and tell you what others at least are predicting is going to happen. I see FCX here, Freeport. I was interested in that one for a while. Now this is going to be natural resources. There's been a lot said about how with the Dems taking control of the Senate possibly here. Now remember that the Dems now with 50 seats, the Senate is tied. So that would be on a tie. Kamala Harris, the vice president, would break the tie. However, it's not like free reign for the Democrats really, because you've got people like Joe Manchin who often is on the side of the Republicans. And you've got, he's like a dino, a Democrat in name only, and it's a razor thin margin. So it's not going to be like there's a free for all and all the worry that the Democrats are going to give everyone a check for $1 million. There's going to be free everything, and we're going to give Obama phones to everybody. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. And the consequences of this Georgia stuff may not be as extreme as people point out, because they're still going to have to form, they're still going to have to work together. There is hope, though, that people can kind of lean across the aisle. Now, I don't want to get in trouble with my more progressive friends by being too optimistic about the situation coming up, but there you have it. All right, let's get back to trading and keep me away from politics here. That was some amazing sights from Washington yesterday. And when you looked last night after the close or into the evening, I went to sleep. I was watching C-SPAN, but I went to sleep before all that stuff was over. But when you looked at the VIX futures, you could see them way down, just really telegraphing the fact that as the House and as the Congress went back in session, that verification of Joe Biden being president thing was going to go through, and thus we saw the fall off. Let's take a look at the term structure. It looks very normal and very sort of healthy right now. We still, though, haven't broken 20, right? We're bouncing back and forth here, and it seems certainly foreseeable that we could have the next thing that gets in the way of us breaking through 20. So there's no real guarantees here. However, we're back in a comfortable state for the term structure here. I mean, look at this. It was 7.53%. Dasboff was tweeting to me earlier about, we broke 8% today. And you've got a healthy space between the spot and the front month future. There's, it's less than $1 now. Was over $1 for a little while. And that's healthy. We've still got 2 weeks to go till expiration. And, here we are. So we'll see if there's follow through here. We'll see what happens as we come into the weekend here. But, we're back sort of on track here. And we're going to have to see moving forward if politically more craziness happens. Note today, VVIX once again down. Down 9. We'll see if VVIX rolls through 100. Once again, it's more the trend than anything else on VVIX. You see it down there. All right, so I am doing an interview tonight. We'll see if the person wants to do it live or not. I doubt it will be live, but we're looking for better sound this time. I apologize to everybody. This should be like basic YouTuber stuff, having good sound. So should be back on track now with that. And I'm still going to stay to the short side. I think these products have the potential of moving, just rolling lower here. UVXY, we are getting close to a split announcement. I would say if we roll through 8 in UVXY, then we'll look for the split pretty soon after that. And, when we back up and look at the chart here, I like to look at charts in different lengths. And if we look at the chart here on VXX, you can see that it keeps kind of reaching this floor here, and we've bounced off it a couple times, but that's not going to last forever. You see how this chart trends lower, and we're getting ready to make the next leg down here. So that's kind of where we are in my mind, and there's plenty of room to run in this term structure right now. And there's no reason why we can't go below 20 and continue lower. So kind of good news for the short vol trade. Of course, I'm on the sidelines mostly for the moment. If I look at my Greeks, I'm short 27 deltas here, collecting $14 a day. That won't last long, though. I will be reinitiating a short sometime soon. Join me for the interview. It should be, we'll see when we put it up. But I will be coming on tomorrow and get the show back on track with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks, everybody, for watching today, and thanks for your patience over the holidays with me and the show. And I'm looking for great things this year. I want to double the size of the viewership, have a whole bunch of people come back who've been interviewed already, have new people on, and I've got all kinds of ideas coming up. I also want to take this on the road, get out from behind this computer, and have a mobile rig so we can go on the road and interview people. It would be great to actually go and visit some of the trading floors. That might be fun. I still have enough of contacts that we could go to the New York Stock Exchange, the SIBO, and Board of Trade, that sort of thing. So if that kind of stuff interests you, then stay tuned, and I will see you on the next show very shortly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
You're watching Famous Dave on YouTube.
And I'll see you soon.